Hello and welcome to another update video about Paribus PBX running on Cardano. Very, very interesting project, low market cap, and it's currently doing some interesting price moves. I've been asked by the community to provide an update on PBX, and of course happy to do it. I'm limited in terms of what I can do with the Elliott waves because we don't have a long chart history, so take it with a pinch of salt. We start with the Fibs, start here at the low at just below a cent. On the 28th of September, we've then moved to a new all-time high at 4.2 cents. Somewhere along the way here to the upside, I started to talk about Paribus. Then we came down all the way here to the low of just below a cent again. And now we're moving up again. So we use the Fibs here to determine where we're going. And we can see that in this correction, the price actually came back between the 0.887 and the 0.786 Fib level. That is, for many altcoins, the ideal level of a correction. Yeah. Now the problem is that this here, in my view, was an impulse to the upside. So you can identify a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move here to the upside. I don't think you can really identify this as an A, B, C here. I think what this here was, to me, that looks very, very impulsive here to the downside. So in line with many other cryptos doing at the moment, to be honest, because this was an impulse to the upside, I would expect that what we see here is an ABC correction, and therefore I would be on the side of caution, would make sure that I use stop losses and take profits along the way. Because if this here was an impulse, so let's say this was wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then what you see, what is happening now, is an ABC correction. So you have a wave A, which is impulsive in itself, a wave B, which is corrective, and a wave C, which will come lower than the wave A. Now there isn't much space. There isn't much more space for the wave C to drop below A, unless we drop below here the first significant low that we have on the chart. And that's the problem with these smaller cap coins, which only just started, that there isn't really a long chart history. And when it started here on KuCoin, I mean, obviously, yeah, there is space to move all the way down to zero potentially. But this level I would expect to hold. This first significant low, this needs to hold. This is at around 0.8 cents. Yeah, so I would expect in any retracement that happens then, for the price to come below the A. Yeah, so below 0.9 cents. And let me just show you again. A, B, and C. So somewhere down here between it's a bit hard here, between 0.77 cents and 0.9 cents. Yeah, somewhere there. I would expect that level to hold. However, it's a short chart history, so it's difficult to map it out really in terms of the Elliott waves. But let's just assume this was wave A and this is wave B. Where are the ideal target levels? Let's just take a look. Let's just take the Fibs just the other way round from this high then to the low. And normally I would expect here an altcoin to come into this target area between the 0.5 and the 0.786 Fib level. In this case, it would be between 2.5 cents, and that's pretty much where we are. That's also probably why we struggle to get a bit higher here, and 3.5 cents. So anywhere in this area. Now, because it's a smaller cap project, really small cap, and volatility is huge here, I think it could get all the way up actually to the 0.887 at 3.8. And for this to be confirmed as an impulse, it would need to break, in my view, above 4.2 cents. Now that's a long way to go. Therefore, what I would use is a stop loss. And you see the Fib levels here on the chart. Certainly, I would set a stop loss personally. And that all depends on yourself. Can't give you any financial advice. But if you bought here the dip somewhere, I think further price drops will be certainly unlocked here below the 0.382 Fib level here, 2.1 cents. You can see that was an important support. Now, if that is breaking, I think you can see further price drops. We have already seen now the 0.618, the most important fib level to be reached. I think that's a clear message here. We've reached the most important fib level at around 3 cents, psychological level as well. If we break that, of course, higher levels are possible of up to 3.5, 3.8, and even 4.2 cents. But after that, and that's just based on my view that this might be here a correction, we should drop quite hard. So I would personally take some profits along the way. I probably wouldn't take everything off the table, because in the end, it's a short chart history, and with a small market cap project, which obviously is going to go live soon as well. To be honest, I haven't looked fundamentally at PBX again. I'm not sure if it's actually gone live yet. I don't think it has. Then this will give it another boost, and this could move it to another move up here above the 4.2 cents. But the message is here, we are at the key. We've already hit the key fib level. We've come into the target area, so this could have already been the wave B before you now move down in a wave C. Now, I think this could go on for a little while here, that move up, but then we take the indicators for help. You can take a look on the 8-hour chart. We already had this retracement here, back to the 0.382 fib level at 2.1 cents, came down, still in the bullish range. So I think further push up here is possible, but on the daily, that is the most meaningful one. And again, here we came already into the overbought range on the daily as well. We've retraced quite a bit, not overbought anymore. So I think further price potential here is possible to the upside, especially given the MACD as well, which has given us a buy signal here in December already. Yeah, so it's always worth, I like to use the MACD. The MACD is really helpful, and it has provided really good understanding, mainly on the daily. The MACD on the daily, I think, gives a really good indication. And if we take a look on the weekly, probably not have enough data. No, we don't have enough data. But on the weekly here on the RSI, we are not overbought yet on the weekly RSI. We are only around 55 here. So this indicates there is further room for growth, actually. And you can see the chart here overall. If we just go back to the daily, potential here to identify a trend line as well. Something like that. But these trend lines, they can hold, they can't hold. They're a good guide. But based on that, I would expect this to be an ABC correction based on the elliott waves. Come down, complete the correction, then move up higher in a new all-time high or towards new all-time highs. What would be the price levels that can be expected in the next strong move up then? Let me just do that. The good news is, that this was definitely here the first major wave to the upside, yeah? So this is a wave 2 correction, completed or not. I guess not yet completed. You would need to see the ABC work out. And then the wave 3 would be massive. The wave 3 could take this to around at least 6.3 cents, but probably, depending on when the launch is as well, could also go higher. Most likely, in my view, 200% here, the 7.6 cent level, and maybe even 10 cents here, the 2.618. That would be for the next wave 3, after which you see wave 4 and then a wave 5 to the upside. The level that definitely needs to hold here is this 0.8 cent level, the absolute low where I started the fibs here. That definitely needs to hold. Overall, my view would be to set a stop loss here. Set a stop loss. It's also worth using here. Let's just see what the EMA say. The 21-day EMA. You can use probably, because this is quite an impulsive move up here at the moment, quite strong at least. You can use the EMAs. I think when the EMAs are broken here to the downside, especially 21.13, potentially the 55, but that might be quite far away here from the current price. Yeah, like the use it as an EMA ribbon, and you can see when here both the 13 and the 21 were broken. I think this was when the price really pushed higher. Then it retested the 55, and again it found support here at the 13-day EMA. So I would use these as a guide. If these are broken to the downside, that could be a first signal that the price is going to finish its move up and that a correction is incoming. Yeah. Bear in mind, also here on this move up, this where we bounced off the 0.618 fib level, that was the strongest retracement so far. So retracements are getting bigger, basically because we got overbought on the 8-hour and the daily, but we haven't crossed below a moving average yet. In an uptrend that we see here, and even if it's just a short term, you can use various things. You can, if you want to pay attention to the chart, you can use trend lines, and you can see we've got a very nice established trend line. As soon as you break that, I think this is when you're going to see the correction starting. So if you don't want to take anything off the table yet, maybe keep an eye on that trend line. Set the stop loss maybe even below the trend line, but you need to continuously monitor it. That's trading. Or use here the moving averages. I think they're important for the indicators. The indicators and the oscillators, MACD, RSI, confirm further price increases possible. Also here, the trend line confirms that we're still above it, so further moves are possible. We are above the moving averages. Further moves up are possible. Bear in mind, the Elliott wave count could be wrong. Basically, it's a short chart history, but in line what I expect for other cryptos, I do expect another move down. Question is, how far does it get up? And to use that, to basically time that, I would use here trend lines and the EMAs. And when they are broken, then you can expect here that move down. And it could be quite a strong move down then. But at the moment, everything's looking good and healthy. And I would expect here further price increases further into the target area. Let me know if you want me to keep covering PBX. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.